In this video, we are going to start solving exercise 21.3. Question number 1. Write each of the following scales as a ratio in the form 1 is to n, then in the second part, n is to 1. First of all, let's see what the scale is. A scale is a ratio. Ratio normally is the length on map to the length on actual ground. For example, a scale says 1 is to 30. That means a line of 1 centimeter would be representing a 30 centimeters length on the actual ground. One thing I need to mention here, in the case of scales, the units are similar. If this length is in centimeters, this would be in centimeters. If this length is given in meters, then this would also be in meters. If this is in kilometers, it is going to be in kilometers and so on. Okay. Now, this ratio can also be instead of 1 is to n is to 1. In that sense, that would mean that the length on the actual ground to the length on the map. So this is what we need to do. That was some of the basics of this topic. So let's start. In part A, we need to do 1 centimeter to 2 meters. Obviously, we need to have their units to be same. So we can do it 1 centimeter to 200 centimeters so that we can cancel out the units. So we are left with 1 is to 200, which is in the form 1 is to n, obviously. And doing it in the second part, n ratio 1, we can write it down as 200 ratio 1. So we need to do it in a way like 200 ratio 1. That means this was n and this is 1. But it is not just the swapping of these numbers. What we need to do is that we just need to make this 1. So for that, we must start from here. 1 ratio 200, dividing this quantity by 200 and dividing this by 200. So that's why you can have this as 1, and this would be 1 by 200 ratio 1, which could be written as 0.005 ratio 1. So this is how it is to be done. Now it's part B, 2 centimeters to 5 meters. Again, we need to do it for 1 meter. We know that that is equal to 100 centimeters. So it would be 500 centimeters. So we can cancel centimeter. So we are left with 2 ratio 500. Now dividing this by 2, this by 2 as well. So we can have 1 ratio 250. So that is the form 1 is to n. Okay, now to convert it in the form n ratio 1. For the second part, the number is 1 ratio 250. So we need to divide both sides by 250 so that this can be cancelled, and 1 by 250 would give us 0.004 ratio 1. So that is the form n ratio 1. Now it's part C, 4 centimeter to 1 kilometer. We can do it in both the ways. First of all, for the first part, when we need to do it in 1 ratio n. So first of all, let me convert this centimeter to kilometer or this kilometer to centimeter. We can do it in both the ways. 4 centimeter. We know that in 1 kilometer there are 1,000 meters. So again, now we need to do it 100, 1,000 for 1 meter. We need to do it again into centimeters. So that's why that would be 100 and now centimeter. Centimeter gets cancelled out. Get left with 4 is to 100,000. Now we need to do the division. And this will give me 25,000. So that's the form 1 ratio n. Now in second part, we need to do it for n ratio 1. So starting it from here, 1 ratio 25,000, dividing it by 25,000 by 25,000. So this would vanish. So this is 1 and this is 0.00004. So that is the form n ratio 1. Now it's part D, 5 centimeters to 10 kilometers. So we can convert it again in the same way. For kilometers to meters, I need to multiply it by 1,000. So now the answers would have been converted into meters. Okay, then for meter to convert it into centimeters, I need to multiply it by 100. So now the units are same. We can easily cancel them out. And on the right side of this ratio, we are having 1,000, 1,000. So that's it. So for now, again, since we need to have the form 1 is to n, so we need to divide this by 5 and this by 5 on both the sides so that the answer comes to be 1 is to 200,000. Okay, now for the second part, converting it n is to 1. As I told you that it is not just to write it down like this so that you are swapping these values. So that is a wrong practice. This is not what is to be done. Rather, what we need to do is that we need to start off exactly from the same value, and then to make the value on the right side to be 1, I need to divide it by exactly the same number. Since I've divided it on the right side, That will be 1. So 1 by 200,000. That is going to be 0.0000005. So that is the form and ratio. Yeah. Okay, now it's part E, which is 3.5 centimeters to 1 meter. 100 centimeters. This get me cancelled out. So now 3.5 divided by 3.5 ratio. So this would be cancelled out. So this is 1 ratio 28.6. And now for the second part, 1 ratio 28.6, I need to divide it by 28.6, and this is also to be divided by 28.6. So it would be 1, and this would be 0.035. So that is the n ratio 1 form. Now it's part F, 9 millimeters to 150 kilometers. So converting this kilometers into meters first. So I need to multiply it by 1,000. So this is now in meters. Now again, converting it into centimeters, I need to multiply it by 100. And finally, for converting it into millimeters, I need to multiply it by another 10. So now the units are the same. So I can cancel the units. And now it is 9 ratio this. So I need to divide it by 9 on both the sides so that I can have 1 over here, and this would give me 167,000,000. So this is the form 1 is to n. Okay, now for the second part, to get it converted into n ratio 1, I need to have it 1 ratio 167,000,000 divided by 167,000,000 divided on both the sides. So that would give me 0.0000006 ratio 1. That's it.